nor shall favor to the young.
Oh, I'm sorry. Start at 49. I'm sorry.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle, flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
He said, I'm going to bring a nation against you from the end of the earth. Like y'all all the way over in Africa. They not right in Europe. These people mostly right across them waters. And they came all the way from America, from their little new land that they so-called found while people was over here. Israelites from the tribe of Gad, called the Native Americans. They came all the way across them waters. And he said that they coming as what?
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Okay, he says, I was trying to point out that he's saying that they coming as swift as the eagle flieth. You know what I'm saying? But he said, nation of fierce countenance, which won't show favor to the old. I mean, shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Now, they used to take our infant babies and use them as alligator bait. Y'all might not know that about slavery, but yeah, they used to do that. You know what I'm saying? Old, didn't matter how old you was, you're going to be out there picking that cotton and do what he say. You know what I'm saying? And it's still like that. Like I do, my job is a back-breaking job I do every morning. And there's an old black dude over there who they be having do the same job. He old. They don't care. They don't get over there. They don't show no favor. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this, don't be no old white dudes over there doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, right now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. The last curse. Let's see if the last curse the Most High said out of all these curses.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he said, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. When did the Jews ever go back into slavery in Egypt? Never. Egypt means a house of bondage. If you go to Exodus 20 and 2, he said, I'm the Lord thy God that delivered thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You know what I'm saying? And he said, with ships. Where they was at, they wouldn't need a ship to get back to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. Go ahead, keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
He said, because I told you, you shall not see it no more again. He told him, you shall not see the land of Egypt and be slaves in it no more again. The Most High is not a liar. He can't go back on his word. So he wasn't talking about the physical land of Egypt, but I'm sending y'all to another Egypt, another 400 years slavery, which is mentioned in Acts 6. Another 400. That's prophecy that our people are going to have another 400 years of slavery in the New Testament. Matter of fact, Brother Judah, find that for me. And tell me which one it is. We're going to read that in a second. Keep reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for a bondsman and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you.
You shall be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, male slave, female slave, and no man shall buy you. This word in Hebrew means redeem. Nobody going to save you. Nobody going to save you from what I'm about to send upon you. That's why I was talking about, like, when no Africans coming on no canoes with no spears coming looking for us. Nobody coming to look for you. And they ain't coming to look for you because they sold you over here. They know exactly where you at. They got the receipts. 7 and 6. Okay, we're going to turn to the book of Acts 7 and 6. It's in the New Testament. It's the book right after John, right after the 4 Gospels. Yep, chapter 7, verse 6. Let me know when y'all got that.
Got it.
Acts chapter 7, verse 6. And God spake on this wise, that his seed shall sojourn in a strange land, and that they shall bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years.
Go ahead, keep reading the next one.
And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God. And after that shall they come forth, and serve me in this place.
So you know they're not talking about Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying?
Tell about that one in Genesis 15 and 13, talk about Egypt.
Yeah. In Genesis 15 and 13, they talk about them being in slavery in Egypt for 400 years. I believe when we talk to Abraham, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm going to judge that nation. You know what I'm saying? Which the whole world going to be under judgment for. Because we all is under the rule of Esau, and we all nations are becoming like him. That's why it's going to be a global world order. It's the Europeans that's pushing that. You know what I'm saying? The United Nations is in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really look at it as it's a coalition of nations. You know what I'm saying? It's on European soil. You know what I'm saying? They have the say so. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's going, like George Bush did not have approval from the United Nations to go into Iraq, but he went anyway. So what good is the United Nations? They told him he didn't have authority. He got on TV and said, "You got 24 hours to come up off the nukes. We're gonna be over there with shock and awe bombing," and he did it, and nobody stopped him. You know what I'm saying? So the United Nations is nothing but a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Of the European Union. You know what I'm saying? Who are just puppets of the Rothschild family, who control the money. Everybody a puppet of the money. You gonna do whatever I say for the money. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Unless you really love God and got some kind of morals about yourself, you're gonna do whatever I say for the money. And that's how they run their game, and that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it was spoken of in the New Testament, you know what I'm saying, that they shall sojourn in a strange land. This is important. A strange land. Was Egypt strange? I beg to differ. I believe they was in Egypt hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before they was in slavery for 400 years. He's not talking about Egypt, and this is not the Old Testament. He says, "My people shall sojourn in a strange land." What's strange? Something you don't know. What's a stranger? Somebody you don't know. They were in Egypt before they was enslaved. They was equal citizens in Egypt before they were slaves. So this is not talking about Egypt. These people going to be treated evil for another 400 years. 4 years. 400 years. Our people landed in Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. It's almost 2019, and we still in bondage. How we ain't still in bondage when our people 12% of the population, but we make up 80% of the prison population? How we still ain't in bondage when just 40 years ago you couldn't even drink out the same water fountain as them? We wasn't free after slavery, and our people be celebrating 4th of July. You better not never light another firecracker. I better not see you in a sparkler. For real, when our people were slaves in 1776, when they got their so-called freedom. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about this.
Because the 13th Amendment, I think it is, tell you that you could be a slave if you then committed a crime. I think that's the 13th
Yeah,
Amendment.
and that's how they reinstituted slavery. They make the laws biased. You know what I'm saying? They put us in these housing projects, so where else we gonna go? It ain't hard. Why do you think people don't stay on the street that long when they get a warrant? I know where you're gonna be, either here. You either buy some railroad tracks, the highway, some liquor stores. I don't have to. And if you somewhere else, you stick out like a sore thumb, I'm really gonna find you. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask a question. I mean, it all came together. Don't you know that scripture we went to when it was basically naming all the races that had something to do with putting us in bondage and slavery?
Yeah.
I know you named and we all know that all the religions are ran out of the Catholic Church, Islam, Christianity. So they named the Ishmaelites and the Edomites. So they basically all in cahoots, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just like this. When you ever seen a white man running a liquor store?
No.
When you ever seen a Korean with a gas station?
No.
When you ever seen an African owner of a grocery store or a bank? He the manager at the bank when you go there. No. They don't cross each other's paths. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, when we go to the grocery store,